I'm Kim Hollis with the Nimesh Patel Group at RE/MAX Fine Properties. I am so excited to bring you this episode of Discover Richmond Texas with Kim. Growing up in the area, everyone at some point has heard of George Ranch. We even have a school named George Ranch High School. I'm standing at the entrance of George Ranch Historical Park in Richmond, Texas. Founded in 1824, this 20,000-acre working ranch brings Richmond, Fort Bend, and Texas history to life. Let's take a step back in time to a ranch that spans over 4 generations. George Ranch Historical Park is divided into 4 homesteads showcasing over 100 years of history. The first stop is the 1830s Jones Stock Farm. Henry and Nancy Jones were one of 300 families who joined Stephen F. Austin to settle along the Brazos River. They claimed over 4,000 acres in 1824 and raised 12 children under extremely tough conditions. Their determination and perseverance began a legacy that would span over 100 years. Here we see one of the earliest English-speaking settlements of Southeast Texas. Guests at the ranch are encouraged to participate in this part of history by touring the log cabin replica and visiting the outdoor kitchen and stock farm outbuildings. In the years ahead, women descendants from 3 generations of the Jones family would continue Henry Jones's vision of settling this area of Texas while establishing a ranching and farming empire. The Ryan Prairie home of the 1860s gives a view of the post-Civil War era. The second generation began rapid expansion of their ranching operation during a period of immense struggle and change. Henry Jones's eldest daughter, Polly, inherited and eventually bought from her siblings a majority of her parents' wealth, and by the age of 18, her sound business mind had her as one of the largest landowners in the region. Polly and her husband, William Ryan, would create a farming, ranching, and cattle operation that would span over 27,000 acres. Polly was also known to many as a compassionate caregiver, well-versed in home medical remedies. She spent much time in service to others, all the while maintaining a firm hand on the business of the ranch. Explore the Victorian age by touring the 1890s Davis Mansion. This elegant formal masterpiece showcases prosperity during this period of time and is a favorite by all who visit George Ranch Historical Park. The Davis Mansion was home to Polly Ryan's daughter, Susan Elizabeth, known as Lizzie, and her husband, Judge John Davis. After Lizzie's young death, Judge Davis ushered his 3rd-generation family into the 20th century by establishing the Richmond Cotton Company, Richmond Electric Company, and several area banks, while maintaining over 67,000 acres of land. The home was originally located in nearby Richmond and was moved to its current site on the ranch in 1977. Separate rooms for men and women to congregate after dinner were common during this time. Men would retire to the drawing room, where they would enjoy cocktails, gambling, and talk of business or politics. Alcohol was controversial and considered taboo by some. Therefore, it was conveniently hidden using furniture with secret chambers just for this purpose. Women most often retired to the parlor for needlework, reading, and tea. The ornate mansion is a favorite by all who visit George Ranch Historical Park. Visit the family cemetery established in the 1820s with the last burial in 1916. Morton Cemetery in Richmond became the burial site for family members of future generations. The last descendant of this branch of the Jones family, Mamie Davis George, and her husband, A.P., moved to the original family homestead to build their life together, establishing the George Ranch. Tour the ranch house, built just prior to the turn of the century by architect Nicholas Clayton, who also designed the famous Bishop's Palace in Galveston, Texas. During their lifetimes, A.P. George became internationally known for his work in cattle breeding, while Mamie was beloved throughout the county for her tireless energy and giving nature. In the 1920s, oil was discovered on the ranch, which changed not only the family fortune, but also the community forever. Having no heirs, Mamie and A.P. established the George Foundation in 1945 to support educational and charitable causes in Fort Bend County. Through 4 generations of strife, grief, labor, and love, This family's legacy continues to provide benefits across the county to this day. Wasn't that amazing? So now you know the real story and meaning behind George Ranch. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Until next time, Discover Richmond, Texas with Kim.